We are live. Was that an echo I heard in the background there?
Something. I don't know.
A little early. Just make sure that this thing's all going to work.
Yes, please work with us, tech. Please.
Yes. Sorry we missed you all last month, but last month was nuts.
Yep.
And actually, so far this month has been nuts too. But we are here.
Wait, next month will be
nonetheless
nuts.
Hey, Facebook's giving me a message. Do you know we have a live stream now coming up?
No, what?
It says Fafnir and Spawn is now live.
No, obviously. Couldn't be us.
Funny about that.
Corner just went live. I just got a message too.
Yes,
What?
it's
Couldn't
amazing
be
how that
us.
worked. It couldn't possibly be us,
Couldn't
now, could
be
it?
us. No.
So, welcome back, everybody. Can you see us?
Can you
hear us?
Hi, Chels.
Hi, Charles.
I feel
Hello,
like-
Jacqueline.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I was going to say, what is what's the second Harry Potter film? Can you all see me? Can you all hear me?
Excellent.
Or something. Yes.
Yes.
See me.
Hello,
Well, obviously,
Colleen.
people-
Hello, Debbie.
Yes. Hello.
Touch me.
Sweet. Excellent. Things are working.
What's this little pop up on your thing? How do I make that go away?
Oh, here. You just.
Okay. Tech issues on both sides here. Yes. It's good to be back after having missed July. But again, July, summer's kind of weird because there's just so much going on.
But just wait. We are also missing next month.
Well, there's a reason for that. Would you like to explain?
In 8 short days, I'm getting a very important procedure done and need recovery time. So we are taking September off, which means we will be coming back to you for these live streams in October.
Yes. Actually, we both may be having procedures.
Yes, but mine is for better reasons.
Yes, yours is for better. Mine is because, well, I'm an idiot.
You fought the Bush and the
Bush one. I basically, for those of you who don't know the story, I frigged up my knee and I might need knee surgery, but maybe not. So it's kind of you shut up back there. Sound guy is also here for the first time in how many months?
It's been a while for Sound
It's been
Guy.
a few. And not only am I here, apparently I'm the healthiest one in the room, and that's saying a lot.
Oh yeah, that's sad. That's very sad. So okay, Jacqueline, I appreciate that you have your question ready for when it is your turn.
Yes. Anyway, so let us officially begin here since we have a few people watching and waiting. I am Lord Fafnir, and this is...
The spawn of Fafnir.
And together we are Lord
The
Fafnir and
Corn
Spawn.
Thieves.
Shut up. Welcome for coming.
Also,
You said the Corn Thief is supposed to have mischief managed. I'm like, okay.
Look, man.
You got all the intros. They're just messing them up there.
Yep.
Anyway, so we are here to do some live.
Songs of old.
We're never going to get this off the ground, are
No.
we? We're going to do some live free readings. For those of you who have been here before, you know the routine. We'll tell it to you anyway, because for those of you who are not watching or have not watched before and are new to this live stream, we got several tarot decks here. We're going to be doing 3 card readings for people. We have a total of 10 slots available tonight, of which 6 have already been spoken for, which means we have 4 more. And we'll do some roll call of those who have signed up in advance. And typically what happens is those who sign up in advance, at least one of them never shows up.
Mm-hmm.
So people who are like to have a reading, who are not on the original list, there's still a good chance that you, in fact, will get one, even if you're not one of the first 10.
I have seen 3 people on the list
So,
sound off
when
in
it
the
is-
comments
When it is your time for a reading, and please wait your turn, because we go,
There's a list, we promise. There's an actual list.
There actually really is a list, y'all. We'll go through it in a second here. You may ask a question or not. You don't have to. If you just want a general reading, you just say so. You give us a number between 1 to 78 because that's how many cards there are in the tarot deck. Because we like to have a little bit of energy of you in your reading, and since you physically can't be here to shuffle the deck as you would be normally doing, that you're going to tell us which starter card we're going to use. Pick which one of us you would like to have as be the PowerPoint. of your reading. But honestly, we're both going to chime in. But if you want to have one of us be the lead, just basically say so. I'm basically, and also pick a deck.
Also very important, because I see we got some new people here that are sounding off in the comments. If we do not verbally confirm that you have a slot, you don't. So we need to. Sometimes there are just so many comments going that we don't see them all at once. So we will verbally say if we see someone in the list and that we see that someone's comment and that we've put them on the list. And here we have 6 signups. So, and like I said, I've seen 3 people that are on the list sound off in the comments.
Yes. So the thing is, we have the 6 we have Allison Faria, who, by the way, is not here. We're going to do her first. She actually posed her question in absentia. She's going to be watching this later on. We have LN, who I do believe is here.
Yes.
Kim Bowman.
I don't think I've seen her yet.
Amy Haggerty.
Yes.
Okay. Jacqueline Perry.
Yep.
And Colleen Hooker Guild. Those are the 6 that we have.
I have seen her as well.
Okay.
We have a decent amount. And then I've seen Debbie Cron. Yes, you can get a slot.
Okay, so I'll put down Debbie Cron.
Yep. Kim Bowman. There you are. Hello. Thank you.
Jan Marie Ferraro. Am I reading that right?
I believe. And then I see a Krista Elder.
I'm running this down here.
Yep.
Krista Elder. All right.
And that's all I see so far.
So the various decks that we have, each one of us has our all-purpose Dragon Tarot. Each one of us has our own little separate deck just because we like it. Red also has her Swiss 1-1J deck, which is also one all-purpose. We refer to it as the Dark Shadows deck because that's the deck that was actually used on that old TV show, Dark Shadows, the daytime soap opera from the 60s. And I, for relationship readings, have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. But be forewarned, it is R-rated. Even though, honestly, I think they call it that so they can sell more copies on Amazon. It's not really a sexual deck. A few of the cards are a bit more physical, shall we say.
There may be, in fact, some nipples and or butts.
Exactly.
But I feel that we should not panic because we all have those.
No. As a matter of fact, when we do our first reading with Allison, she actually asked for that deck.
Excellent. So then...
So did I get through the basic intros? I think I said everything I was supposed to.
Yes, I think
so,
you got it.
We have 9 of the 10, by the way. So there actually still is 1 slot left over, if anyone would like to have that. But in the meantime, we will get started because Allison, like I said, Allison's watching this in absentia. She'll watch the rerun whenever she gets, because she's at work right now. She asked for a love reading, basically, and she specifically wanted me to use the red deck, the quote sexy deck. And her question essentially was just more of a follow-up of where the heck she's going with her single life and her desire to not be single, so to speak.
I like that. Where am I going with my single life?
All right. And she chose the number 3 because 3 is for love, by the way, in the old numerology department. So let me position these cards.
Yes, that is good.
Okay, so when you are ready, go ahead and flip the camera to the cards. Whoops.
Flip cameras. We're so good at this.
All right, so one thing about tarots, at least us, we read cards upside down.
Excuse me.
And these are all upside down. As inverted, which means the meanings may be a bit altered from what we would normally say. However, so people can see the pictures, I turn them over. Now, do you remember what Allison's astrology is? Because I do not. Reason why I said that this middle card here doubles as Capricorn.
I don't, honestly.
Okay. And as you see here, the quote sexy deck here. I don't think we really have any official sexy things that have to be, quote, blotted out if we were for children. There's no nipples or rear ends here.
No.
Getting close, but not quite. Anyway. So
I see what she's after. I see what she's after.
What, Allison?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to take the point here?
Well, I mean, one of the reasons that you and I both like this deck is that it's less about sexiness and more about intimacy.
Right.
These are very intimate cards.
All of them. I mean, don't get us wrong. There are quite a few physical cards here. It really depends upon the suit. Typically, the air and the fire suits, after all, more male energy, are typically more physical. The female energy suits, earth and water, are more, emotional type. So we have here the Ace of Earth, the Ace of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles or Capricorn, so a pair of Earth cards. I'm sorry, they're all Earth, and then the Five of Pentacles. So we have all Earth cards. Earth forming to more, reality perspective, grounding aspect, but also especially from the idea of Capricorn, how typically one of the stereotypes of Capricorn is my way or the highway.
Yes.
King of the Earth and all that.
We have leadership skills, damn it. Did you like that?
I like that, yes.
That's one of the things I've learned about Capricorns.
So, I mean, those are stereotypes, but the idea is that the kings in this deck are drawn not fitting the stereotype, as in the obnoxious fire Aries king that you often would see, and the potentially, overbearing Capricorn king are actually both drawn as very benevolent. And here you see the king here is actually like playing hide and go seek rather than, playing the I am king, you must follow me.
Yeah, no, it's very cute.
And you have the Ace of Pentacles over here, which is the man, the woman, basically, you can say maybe it's post-coitus or whatever, but the idea is that they're just sleeping, and they're enjoying each other's contact and each other's company. And then the Five of Pentacles over here, the reevaluation number 5, you have the hidden tryst, the musician and the lady meeting in secret. Ooh. But for a nice little embrace here. This isn't a hookup. This is a, getting together and again having that embrace, because it's much more about the emotional aspect and than it is the physical aspect. So,
and I think I at least understand a bit where Allison's frustration with her dating life is coming from, because she wants the bit that you can't force and must come with time, and but she wants it now.
Well, of course she wants it now. Doesn't everybody want it now?
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying this as a dig against her at all. It's a very human thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also probably why she isn't where she wants to be.
Well, also because she's not willing to settle.
And that too, which, by the way, Allison, not a bad thing.
No, not a bad thing at all. I mean, the thing is, if you want a hookup, have a hookup, but that only gets you so bloody far. You basically, you want the intimacy, you want the combination. It's coming.
It is.
I think if nothing else, because honestly, Allison, I do not believe that you are a Capricorn. So I look at that Capricorn king and kind of go, it's probably more reference to a time frame, which for us, Capricorn's in about 5 months. So Capricorn is basically starting just before Christmas.
Oh boy.
So actually,
That
so 4.5 months, really.
Stop that.
What?
That's like fast.
Time horizon.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it certainly does. So maybe Happy New Year for you, Allison. Maybe the whole point of the Christmas season this year actually will put you in touch with someone who actually provides a bit of the emotional intimacy that you're actually looking for. But unfortunately, you have to be patient. And, it is very, very frustrating. But again, I think you're following the right path of essentially trying to find the person who actually matches your needs rather than just.
Yes, it's going to be worth it in the end, the not settling. It's just very frustrating in the immediate.
All right. Jasmine would like to ask a question, so I will put her on the list as well. She is number 10.
Excellent.
So, Jasmine, we will definitely get to you if you are willing to be patient. So that was number 1, Allison.
Let me see.
And
Elle, have you?
Yes, it did. Yeah, Elle is here. Did she actually?
She has not. Elle, so it is your turn. So if you could give us your question, if you have one, the deck that you would like, the reader that you would like, and the number.
Yeah, what's the one above? Who's already provided? Jacqueline has provided her question. I see that.
And Colleen has.
And is it Amy too?
Yes, Amy as well.
All right, someone's just going to
And,
flag this. We can find. So Amy, Jacqueline, and Colleen have already posed their questions. Okay. Did Kim ever sign in?
Yes.
Okay.
I did see Kim.
Okay. So yes, Elle's next, and then comes Kim, and then Amy. That's the list we've got going right now. So
Be prepared.
do.
Jasmine, you can either post yours now and we can go back and find it later, or you can wait until
can
it's
wait,
your turn.
because obviously,
either way.
Yeah, if you don't mind waiting, because obviously we're at number 2 when you're right now. You're at 10, so it's gonna be a bit.
See, Kim is here.
Yay! Hello, Kim. So Elle, we are waiting for you.
I don't know how. Oh,
there we go.
There we go. Yes. So.
All right. So Dragon Deck 72.
And seeking clarity regarding what my next major move should be with my entire life in flux. Oh, that's so fun, isn't it?
Well, since we used my deck first of the sexy cards, let's use your dragons to lead off the dragons tonight. So and she said she wanted 72. I'm going to count from the back. That's going to be so much faster.
That's smart. Yeah. I think there's a longer delay tonight. So like when you guys actually send comments, it's like between 10 to 30 seconds to when we actually see them. It's really fun. Not.
Yeah, I like that. It's really fun. Not. Yes. All right. Flip.
Flip the cameras.
I'm doing my best I can with this thing. And
Not bad.
So we have the Five of Cups, the Fool, and the upside down Capricorn again, King of Coins. This is 2 readings and 2 upside down, or two Capricorn Kings here. Clarity on what the next major move should be in the entire life in flux.
Well, okay. Well, so you've done the first step correctly, which was get the hell away from the lightning storm. We did that correctly. Good job.
I like that. Yes, the whole point of getting away from the crap, getting away from the toxic matter. Now, Fool, what's your next move? Well, for one thing, actually recognize that.
First of all, don't panic.
Yeah, don't panic. Exactly. Trust your own flipping judgment for one thing. You know.
Which has that been something you've been allowed to do very often? Some of us are taught how to trust our own judgment, and some of us are taught to question every possible instinct we have.
Really? No. Yes.
Not in this society.
No, of course not. I mean, the point of the Fool, by the way, I mean, not from the face value of it, although some people will, no matter what you do, some people are going to think you're a fool. That's just the way it is. Number 0 is the only number in the universe which can't be reduced. It's the only actually truly unique number. In my numerology readings, I teach this all the time. You take all whole numbers and keep adding their digits together, and you reduce it to 1. So you have what's called the numerology wheel, which is 1 through 9. 0 doesn't fit that because it's its own separate circle. So that's why the Fool was actually numbered 0, because it represents free will. The Fool typically is the smartest person in the room, who's also smart enough not to let anyone else figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, then the Fool sometimes can fool themselves in the process. So that's the one thing that you have to watch out for. But
are you a planner that currently doesn't have a plan? Because that also I'm wondering too.
Because if you don't have a plan, make one.
Yeah, yes, in terms of, we just threw a lot of stuff at you. Yes to which, sorry.
Yes, he goes, I'm the ladder. Which ladder was that?
A planner with no plan. Okay.
Planner
yes.
with no plan. All right. Well,
I understand how you feel.
well, and so in other words, you are calling yourself the fool right now. That's the whole idea. So the last card here, by the way, this was one that was upside down, but take this one to heart. In Dragon Tarot, unlike, the other deck, what are dragons known for? Being hoarders. This card shows the dragon's hoard, in this case pictured as gold and jewels and whatever. I mean, it's all metaphor anyway, but the idea is that it is at the base of the tree, and that's his tree. So basically, there's the dragon protecting his hoard. Upside down is essentially because it's time for you to figure out exactly what it is you would like to protect.
It is, so the first, geez, gosh, I can say words. The first way for you to stop being a planner with no plan is you got to reprioritize. Or maybe prioritize in the first place, because right now part of why you don't have a plan is because what should you be protecting? What should you be directing your energy towards? You either have a lot of options or you feel like you don't have enough. But my guess, if you're anything like me, you have too many. And you don't know what's prioritized. You don't know which direction to take because there's just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not sure what's actually important to you. You got to figure that part out first.
That's the thing is, is like, and people's priorities do change over the course of their span, and that's okay too. But so, what is it you want to hoard? What is it you want to protect? What do you want? What is it that is just makes you just want to go yay? You want a clarifier?
Oh, that didn't help at all.
The Justice card. This was upside down too, by the way. Balance. That's because you're not in balance.
Mm-hmm. But again, what does that mean? I was hoping I could help clarify a direction for you, but you're really. Oh.
That change? Did I help you?
A little bit. So we would like to start with some mental balance, perhaps.
Mental balance, exactly. The Knight of Swords, air,
Libra
the logical
here.
thing.
Hey, is a
Yes.
Libra.
Well, justice is the Libra thing, so there you go. You found yourself.
Starting to focus with some mental balance. Okay, I can get behind that. So sit down, have a conversation with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you feel brings you mental balance?
Or if you're really having a hard time, start removing things. If you can't tell yourself what it is, tell yourself what it isn't.
That's good too. I like that.
That's an old Star Trek line.
Yeah.
From the original TV series. It's when Spock gets very annoyed or Kirk gets very annoyed with Spock because he can't tell him what he wants to know, and Kirk says, "All right, if you can't tell me what it is, let's use reverse logic. Maybe it'll help you tell me what it isn't."
Oh yeah. See, of nerd culture, I am much less up on my Star Trek.
Anyway, Jolly and Melanie got you down. You're on the wait list. So if we have room for you, we will let you know. But I did see your names up there, so I did mark you down.
All right.
Elle, do you have any other questions? Or shall we move on? Because up next is Kim.
Hello. And Kim.
Kim has not posted her question yet, as far as I know.
Okay, cool. I won't go back and try to find something that I won't find.
Amy, the next three up, Amy, Jacqueline, Jacqueline, Amy, Jacqueline, and Colleen all have. You'll have to go scroll back for those. But Kim, batter up, Kim.
Oh, let me see. Whoop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop. Oh, there it is. Kim did do it.
Oh, she did.
She did. I didn't actually have to scroll back that far, so.
Oh, okay,
Woo.
Cool.
So
what are we doing here?
Will I pull out of this financial mess and get to a comfortable place?
Yeah.
The deck you like best for money readings, both your input 23.
Ooh. Yes, Red picked it. Swiss 11J.
I picked it much more violently than I intended, but
And
yes.
23. 2 and 3 makes 5. Reevaluation. Da, 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 da.
Let's reevaluate monies.
Mhm. 23, right?
23.
Okay. Then I have number 23 on deck right now. In your case, the numbers at the bottom means that they're correct as opposed to inverted, right?
Yes, if the number is at the bottom, then it is where it is supposed to be.
It is where it is supposed to be. Yes, with these screwball Roman numerals of yours, which are most of them are wrong, it seems. That's why I
The
just,
cups are at least easy to tell with.
Yes. Okay, flip it. Swiss 1-1J deck and all our symmetry and all the Francais.
So, will you pull yourself out of this financial mess? And
So we have the 9 of Swords. We have the upside down 8 of Cups, which are going to have a hard time holding water, and the upside down Tower, or 16. Are you going to pull out of this financial mess? I hate that picture of the Tower.
Why is this suggesting to me more come out of at this time? Maybe not. Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I look at the 9 of Swords, and it's most symmetry. I say most because it's not quite, but actually that's one of the cards where it's really darn close into actually being perfectly symmetrical. There's a few variations, but very, very few. Versus the upside down cups that don't hold water, and then the upside down tower, as you see the picture writes it up. The tower literally is falling apart. Because after all, the tower generically refers to change that you don't like, that's impacting you, and now you're going to deal with it. So I would say in the short term, sorry, Kim, my answer is no.
Short-term Band-Aids.
Short-term Band-Aid. The nine of Swords kind of holds things together to basically get you through an upcoming. Oh, that's interesting. Red's into clarifiers tonight. She got the upside down 6 of Wands. 4. No, wait.
Nope, that is.
It is 6. Yes,
Yep,
I'm like when
six.
I did read it right.
Do we so okay, so here's the question that I then pose because of the clarifier. You want to know if you're going to pull yourself out of this mess. Do we have the root cause in the first place? Because until we have the root cause, we're never going to completely fix anything. We're only going to be applying band-aids and rapid fire fixes.
Yeah, because unfortunately, the 6 of Wands is another one of those rapid fire fixes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's better than not.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, but
I am terrible handling money. Ah. Well, hey, at least you are self-aware.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, the upside down 6 of Cups here doesn't bother me as much as the upside down Tower, because essentially, it kind of like the regular facing Tower essentially refers to conditions where you didn't do a darn thing. Unfortunately, it just kind of like it happened. Basically, the old shit happens, and you deal with it. Sometimes the upside down tower means that you're the one actually is like destroying your own tower.
Which again, we seem to at least have that self-awareness.
So
hey, there's at least that.
Is there a way for you to learn how to manage money better?
Or is there someone to help
you? To help you, exactly. Oh, look at that, an angel.
It looks like someone to help
yes,
you.
That's the whole thing, is that we have here, and this was not inverted, by the way, we have the Angel of Temperance, which, by the way, is Sagittarius. So I'm not quite sure why this person was drawn as an angel, to tell you the truth. But that's okay. Essentially, someone to help you manage your affairs, at least your financial affairs. You need a guardian angel.
Yes, indeed.
Clarence.
Oh my God. It's too early for that yet.
We're talking about how Christmas is coming in 4.5 months, so
It's too.
is it too early for It's a Wonderful Life?
Can't I have my Halloween first?
Very much too early.
So it's not what you wanted to hear, Kim, but then again, we don't sugarcoat this stuff.
We wouldn't lie to you to make you feel better.
Nope, we do not do that.
No.
All right, next up is Amy.
Amy's number
what you want to do?
Amy's number is 25, and excuse me while I scroll for a hot minute. There we go.
I could stay
25 dragon deck.
Maybe longer if I do. What's her question?
Where is her career headed?
25 will use my dragons.
Should she be looking into another field since she can't get a job doing what she's been doing for 30 years? Oh, hey, Dad, you would know nothing about that.
Not at all.
You ready?
There
you go.
Try it. I may have to do a little bit more positioning, but
There you go. It's
all
not
right.
too
So
bad.
we have the King of Swords or Libra. We have the upside down King of Cups
Or Cancer.
or Cancer, and then the Nine of Cups.
The two kings that you would think would be at odds.
I don't know. Air and water don't really, they don't really have, as elements, they don't really have a problem with each other. They get
Oh, no, I don't-
carbonation.
I don't think of it from the elemental perspective. I think of it more from the heart and brain, and how heart and brains typically are not great at communicating. with each other.
Right. How they don't talk to each other. Yes. That is unfortunately very, very true. Well, I put it this way. The question being is that should she give up and pursue something else is essentially?
Yes, that is the question.
Well, Lord knows you've tried. And you can keep trying, by the way.
In the space where she is right now,
Mhm.
correct? No, I just want to make sure I'm understanding. Like, she's tried in the space that she has now.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. That's the whole thing is that I'm looking at that the King of Swords there.
That didn't hit my auditory processor, correct?
That's okay. The King of Swords there basically is that dragon who is trying to do everything himself. This is supposed to be the migrating V pattern of dragons like birds, but yet the lead there, who's getting all the wind shear and all the whatever, he's like flown out so far in front of all the other ones that the whole thing is just collapsed.
Yep, that's not very helpful.
No, it's not helpful at all. It's like they're just a bunch of nothing but soul practitioners. So it's like beating your head against the wall. I think you've done that enough times.
And it certainly isn't giving you any kind of emotional fulfillment to stay where you're at.
Exactly. That's the whole point of the upside down King of Cups. With the, as I throw the card on the floor here.
Throw the card on the ground. Yeah, Dad.
Let's try that again here.
Good job.
Thank you.
I'm here for moral support.
The lone wolf in the background. And the king with the upside down cup, so the water's not there.
So,
Hell of a cost of the emotional side here.
mm-hmm. And so it's sort of leading me to sort of with the third card there. While you're not hugely excited at the prospect of being a fish out of water, where you are right now is sort of sucking you dry.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I saw these three cards, I went right to the third. It's like, well, there's the answer, because it is the fish out of water, and again, not upside down, but at least these cups are holding water. But the idea is that you're the seahorse dragon. You're jumping out of the lake to get that different perspective. So it is time to actually put your toes in a different pond, or get out of the pond you're in and breathe the air. Time to see a different perspective, because maybe it's actually going to be, you'll find something which is useful for you.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't have to do it quite with such the vim and vigor as this dragon has done it, but maybe now's the time.
Well, she just said she's been out of work for almost a year.
So it's definitely the time.
It's definitely the time. Yeah. Reinvent yourself. Oh, yippee.
Is that so? See, for someone like me, I'm like, yeah, do that. Like for me, I'm just like, that's not hard. That's it. But then I realize that for other people, that's not the case.
That's difficult. It can be very, very difficult. Especially when you're trying to reinvent, a career perspective. Because she said she was doing the other thing for 30 years. Because after all, it's not like there's such a thing called age discrimination now, is there?
Oh,
that's illegal.
It is, but it totally exists.
But it totally exists.
And it's 52 starting over is hard. See,
I was 52 when I basically got fired from one of my engineering jobs, and I basically I bought a restaurant.
I was going to say...
That was 10 years ago.
I was going to say, I have been surrounded my entire life by people that thrust, swift, parry, dodge, change. Like it was not... Change was nothing. So I sort of learned how to do the same thing. And now I'm quite a chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
So... But I can understand for somebody who isn't a chameleon.
I thought you said comedian.
Well, the thing is, you never know what's going to follow. The case in point where, me as an engineer, after I got laid off by like the fourth job in a row, after working there for a few years, essentially working myself in unemployment, at 52, I kind of said, this is stupid. And
you were right.
And I was right. But so I went out and bought a restaurant, because that was always one of my childhood dreams, to be a restaurateur, and then ran that until I ran that into the ground, which didn't take that long, by the way. However, in my utter failure of being a restaurateur, I actually saw and learned a whole bunch of other things that I never would have seen otherwise, from the human perspective and how other businesses are run. And from the ashes that was my restaurant is how Fafnir and Spawn ultimately was born.
That is very true.
Well, because I never would have had the courage to basically start this whole psychic reading business if I hadn't ultimately tried being my own boss as a restaurateur, even though I failed at that one. Because this is not a failure at all.
No, we're doing great.
Now you got me.
Well, take the good with the bad. No comment from the peanut gallery back there this time.
Wait for something more comment.
Wow.
Ouch.
He's so
Well,
nice,
I guess he
isn't
told. I
folks?
guess he told me. Yeah. All right. So Jacqueline's now up. Do you want to scroll back and find Jacqueline's comments?
I will scroll.
Scroll. Never mind.
I was going to say, please don't.
So yes, we have Jacqueline, and then we have Colleen, and that will thus endeth the pre-signed ups.
Okay. Jacqueline did her question, but could you still do which deck you would like and your number? But her question is, my daughter graduated college and is living at home. Do you see her getting a job in her field? And is she moving close by or out of state?
Oh, okay.
Wee.
Anyway, so yes, after Jacqueline and Colleen, we will go to the ones who signed up tonight, which would be Debbie Cron and Jan Marie Ferraro are the first two. Then we have Krista Elder and Jasmine, if you guys are all still here. If not, we have Jali and Melanie on the wait list. So she said she wants dragon and 32. We just did my dragons, so now we're going to do yours.
Okay, that works.
We did 23, now it's 32. A lot of fives that keep coming up here. All right. Sorry, Indiana Jones in my head right now. Go for it.
There we are.
Let me reposition a little better. The upside down Ace of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Queen of Coins or the Taurus card. Well, the Taurus card tells you one thing. Is she going to be moving away or staying close to home? Close to home.
Yeah, that definitely.
The mommy and the egg there. I mean, that's not really the mom, but I think it's the egg next to the green dragon with the Queen of Coins. I'm going, yeah, she's not going very far. She would rather be kind of close to home.
The job in her field is the harder of the two questions, really.
Yeah. What was was it phrased?
Let me scroll back up.
What field is she in?
I don't know. Do you see her getting a job in her field?
Yes, but not right away. Ace of Swords is going to require a little bit of fixating on things. And the idea is that she's going to have to, she'll be in the right ballpark, but she's not going to be on the starting lineup, if you follow my drift. My silly little baseball thing here.
Project management, and she went to school for animation. Interesting.
Yeah. That's a bit of a switch, isn't it?
Honestly, I don't know, because maybe she'll manage animation projects.
I mean, that's possible. I mean, the thing is, honestly, the Ace of Swords is much more of a management thing than an animator. I mean, but the idea is I look at the Six of Wands, and there the dragon flies through the female divine V there, the divine chalice, and there's the jewel at the bottom of the card there saying that, you know, it's going to show up, but it's going to take a while till it gets there. So, I mean, it sounds like she's a bit of a fluent person right now, too. So basically went to school for one thing, but now she wants to do project management. She wants to get more into the management side of things. Okay. I mean, but you don't get into project management right away.
Probably not.
No.
Meow.
Meow. I don't know if you guys can hear the meowing. We're being treated to a meow serenade right now.
You're welcome.
What do you have to do with the cat meowing there, sound guy?
The world may never know.
Boy.
That's how many licks it takes to get into to a sort of a Tootsie Pop.
So yes. So will she get a job in her field?
It's definitely going to take some time.
Yes.
And it's going to require that she actually gets very fixated on certain aspects too. She's going to have to essentially prove her worth to this. And you know, and if she's got the mindset for it, then that's not really the issue. But yeah, it's going to take time. The jewel is there if she's patient to receive it. But yeah, as far as the Queen of Coins, you know, waiting for the egg to hatch is like, I definitely do not see her going very far physically. Alrighty. Hope that helps you, Jacqueline. Colleen.
Let me scroll and see if I can find it. I know that it cuts off after a certain point. general reading of Dragon deck. And then Colleen, can you just give us a number? She said specifically shuffle 20 times, so I don't know if she wants you to do it like that.
Deck shuffle 20. Really? Okay.
Are we doing it slightly differently?
Oh, I could just take it off the top after I shuffle it 20 times too. Is that what you really want, Colleen? Shuffle the deck 20 times?
Oh, there's a Samuel here now. Hi, Sam. Oh, 22, says Colleen. Okay. The cat is still going, folks.
Well, yes, the cat will do that.
So the cat is not getting fed the treats she desires.
All right. It's a little faster here. Let's do the old this shuffle here this way as opposed to the Vegas shuffle. Meow. Meow 16 more times, cat. 1, 2.
That was him.
I know. And 22 after this. Do 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 do. A few more to do.
And then after Colleen, we're just going to take attendance again. So
yes, because there'll be a Debbie Cron comes after this one, and then January Ferraro, and then a few of the others. Okay, so 22. All right, so what was the question again?
it was general.
Oh, just general. Okay.
Here, a question for Sound Guy before we begin.
Oh, a question for Sound Guy.
Yes. Some weirdo named Samuel Campbell wants to know, how is Sound Guy / my sweetie?
Doing just fine, Peg.
Kate Wilcox says she thought she was signed up.
I am unsure. One moment.
Yes, I'm looking back on the various things that we received. Do. Okay, get into this silly thing here.
Because if you were, we both missed it.
Let's see.
But that could very well be. It's been a hell of a few health weeks.
Ain't that the truth? Kate, did you sign up like last month, maybe?
And Jasmine, no, you haven't. We literally just call people's names. And since you didn't do one of the pre-signups, you get put at the basically first come, first serve after that. So we do the first.
The pre-signups came first. We still have you, Jasmine. You're number 10. We're up to number 6 now. Yeah, I don't have anything from Kate.
Goodness gracious.
Not that I can find.
Kate, if you want to send us a screenshot or something, let us know, because neither of us are seeing it.
Anyway, let's keep going with Colleen here.
Yes, indeed.
So she's the general reading for Colleen. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the upside down Queen of Swords, which was today's daily draw, I do believe.
Yes.
And the Ace of Swords. So the good old Aquarius card rears its ugly head, surrounded by a pair of aces.
So our brain and our heart are having a time. They're having a time.
Oh, brother. Yes,
and
they are.
Do you choose to hyper focus on something as your method of distraction? Is that? Or am I just completely misreading that? Because that's what I'm currently seeing.
Well, I mean, you got the Angriest Dragon in the deck between the Frozen Heart and the dragon fixated on the sword, such that he can't even see the rainbow that's behind him.
Yes, which is why I'm wondering if, because it looks like we're both having some head issues and some heart issues.
Colleen, you need a vacation.
Yeah. Also, I'm not saying that the head issues and the heart issues are necessarily related. You could have two problems going on at the same time. And wouldn't that just be so fun? But we seem to be having some heartache and some headache. And what do humans love to do in the face of these two things? Distraction.
Ignore everything.
Distraction. Yes. But are you the kind of person that needs to distract yourself with 5 million things? Or are you focusing on something really hard so that you don't have to focus on?
I mean, especially the emotional one. You've got the old foreigner card, as in you're as cold as ice. You know, and again, we have the frozen heart, and then the dragon who's so fixated on his logical prowess that he doesn't see the beauty that's behind him. Well, I mean, the other thing is that too is that sometimes we have to focus on certain things, and therefore we put one thing, especially our emotions, on standby while we basically focus on projects and stuff like that. And if that's really the case of what you're doing, yay.
Is that how y'all
But
do things?
No, actually, well, sometimes that's how I do things.
I don't put I don't put my emotions on hold when I need to get things done.
It's called compartmentalize.
Well, I have to compartmentalize the logic brain, because the logic brain is the thing that holds me back from getting anything done. Because it wants me to do things in a very certain way, and I just don't do things logically. So shut up. Shush. Just let me do things the way I want.
Well, I think one of the reasons why Aquarius show up there is the fact is that the more when you do it, you know, like we all we'll temporarily do these things, but the longer you do it, the more angry you're getting because you realize you're missing out on something, and you don't want to.
Oh,
because
yes, that can happen.
You have to focus so much on, especially when it's work. You focus on work, which is that's one of the classic Ace of Swords interpretations there. And yeah, so you let your heart go cold temporarily. All right, no big deal. But then the longer that you go, the colder and the more frozen it gets. And and then you realize that you're missing out on so many things there. And you get, and hey, personal experience on this one. Trust me on that one. I have felt that anger. Like, God damn it, I can't let this thing go.
We need to work on a little bit more balance.
You need to work on your balance?
What'd you say? Mother-in-law crocheting? Is that what Colleen chimed in there?
Yes.
Is the crocheting the work, or is the crochet something you enjoy? Is that what takes your mind off of this stuff? Yeah, because you need a vacation. Absolutely. I mean, maybe not a literal vacation, but something to break the pattern.
Yes.
Alrighty. See, Debbie's already posed her next thing because let's say time to go for the next ones.
And Jan has as well, so that is very helpful. Thank you, both of you.
So we will just keep going.
Yep.
And so yeah, Debbie, you are up now, and then Jan right after that.
So for my husband Rich, will his nerve pain ever improve? Will his health improve? He would like Dad here to take the lead. Number 24, and whatever deck we think is appropriate.
Well, dragons are gonna. I mean, if they want me to be the lead, I'm definitely just gonna grab my own dragon deck. I'm just going there.
Go for it.
24. These are sticking.
It's a little humid, or
actually, it is a little humid down here. Yeah, our little fan isn't working right now. The humidifier is full down here.
Should empty that.
Well, isn't that?
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Right? My God.
Look, I'm here to make sure that I help you.
All right, flip it. 2 of Swords, upside down 9 of Swords, upside down Tower for the second time tonight.
Same position.
Yeah. Now, great. We had it from the Swiss 11J the first time. Will his nerve pain ever improve? Will his health ever improve? I mean, I could really be really sarcastic and say, well, one day he's going to die, so no.
Wow. That got dark real quick.
Well, the tower is one of the darkest cards in the deck, stereotypically anyway. And of course, I'm a sarcastic person, so I'm trying to add a little humor and brevity right now.
You sarcastic? No.
Exactly. Yeah, me sarcastic.
It's like saying I'm sarcastic. Nothing.
I mean, you have a weird mixture of cards here, especially with the upside down things. You have first off the pair of swords cards, again, the brain, the logical aspect. 2 for the balance, and 9 for the dragon who is like contemplating going through his little door frame, but is holding back because he's waiting for all the clouds to clear. But his head's not in the clouds, so his vision really isn't being impacted. And then, of course, the tower.
I see an answer. Don't know if it will be the same as your answer, though.
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way. It's again, it is a bit of a mixed bag here. Once again, the word is going to be patience here. There's going to be some ups and downs. And the fact of it is, I don't know if whatever medical assistance he's receiving, if he's well, let's be honest. First off, is he doing what the physicians, the doctors are basically saying? Because sometimes we basically are giving what?
Sorry, I just have a thought, but I'm waiting for you to finish. Hence,
oh, okay.
Y'all can't see us. I've raised my hand.
She raised her hand
like a good little student.
Yo, I mean, sometimes we're basically told to do things by our physicians, and we just don't do it because we're dumb. Unless we really think that we're getting bad advice, in which case we should get another physician's opinion. But the thing is that I see basically like maybe a change of medical procedures here.
Change, but also, so I'm just jump off really quick. I'm wondering, is there something experimental, something new?
That's exactly right.
Because I'm wondering if that's what the clouds are like. Because unfortunately, you will never be able to wait for those clouds to clear before you jump through.
Well, they're never going to clear totally. You don't get a clear picture.
Well, they will clear, just not for him. It's one of those things where sometimes these experimental treatments, like, is it going to wind up being something that works, or is it something that's going to be retooled for 30 years down the line? So yeah, the clouds will clear eventually, just probably not for him.
Well, the idea is that this first one here, it kind of represents the status quo. And the idea is that, okay, you've done the basic stuff and you know what the results have been. This essentially is trying something new. Yes. I mean, you're totally done. I saw that too.
I'm thinking experiment.
Now that's the tower here. This is when we're going to be like, oh my God, it's the tower of destruction. No, it's not the tower of destruction. It's the tower. And the idea is that to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. This is the representation of change that is inevitable, that, isn't necessarily something that you started, but the idea is that what do you do with that?
Potentially the guinea pig process.
Potentially the guinea pig process, because the idea is that, first off, there are two basic interpretations behind this, depending upon the idea is that first is that the tower is going to crash regardless. But if you look at that picture, the dragon is surrounding the tower. The tower is on fire. It's also being battered by a hell of a storm behind there. You do not know what that dragon's intentions are just by looking at that card. And that's intentional, by the way. You're not supposed to know because it can vary. One of which is the dragon is surrounding the tower to try to save it, despite the fact of the elements at some point, maybe not today or tomorrow, but eventually are going to knock it down because it's in a horrible location. The other interpretation is that the dragon, realizing this tower is like screwed, rips it down himself while it's still standing, so he can take the pieces that he can salvage, move it somewhere else, and rebuild. So you have that idea of kind of that, oh my God, I'll just do what I can, and eventually I'll lose everything, or the, oh wow, let's just give up and rebuild, and we'll do what we can. So one's more proactive and one's very reactive. And Red drew that as a clarifier. The Sagittarius, the reevaluation card. The dragon staring at
Change
a
of
reflection
meds and
himself.
possibly an operation in the future.
It's
Yes.
definitely it's a change of medical procedures, and I do believe that why this shows up here is that you're not going to see good outcome right away. You might see it later on. It's a long-term thing, which unfortunately stinks because I know because you've already been through a hell of a lot. Oh, so she said there's been a change of meds and possibly not in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's a possible. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that the tower is the representation of that upcoming different procedure. Now, Temperance, I actually like this card just because it also represents a little bit more of stability.
I was going to say it's much calmer.
Yes.
We know Temperance.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yeah, well, you know Temperance too.
So frankly, I know. So frankly, all we can say is hang in there.
It's one of those things where will he ever be 100% cured? I don't think there's any way that we can say one way or another, but better quality of life?
A better quality of life. That's what I'm getting out of that. No, it's not a perfect solution.
Definitely not.
But unfortunately, there isn't going to be a perfect solution on this one. All righty.
And then let me scroll up.
And then Jan already put her thing up there. She's up next.
It's going to be the love deck. I know that.
Oh, the love deck. Sorry.
Yes, God. This is...
I know that was really, really bad.
She would like to know about her love life and number 11.
11.
And she's a Pisces.
She just wants to know about her love life, huh?
Yes.
You only do that again if you spend the rest of the live stream talking like Charo.
Excuse me?
You can only make love boat references if you spend the rest of the live stream also talking like Charo.
Why Charo?
Because she's done an awful lot of episodes on the love boat.
You know, I never saw the Love Boat. All the jokes we made about it, I never actually watched episode of Love Boat because I thought the concept of that show was just idiotic. Also because
I have also never seen The Love Boat, but I will sit here and say the only impression that I can do that's good is Edith Bunker. So I know that I also know shows that are not of my generation.
But you know the reason why I refused to watch The Love Boat was because the main star in that, Gavin McLeod, he was one of the major characters on the old Mary Tyler Moore show. And I'm like going, how can Murray Slaughter, the writer for the news, be the captain of The Love Boat? I'm like going, no, it just didn't work for me.
Promotion.
See, I didn't know anything about The Love Boat. Congratulations. You've educated me a bit.
Flip the cards.
No, you flipped the cards. I'll flip the camera.
I'll flip the camera, excuse me. So we have, you said she's a Pisces, right?
Yes.
The first card is a Pisces card.
Woo!
It's the upside down Knave of Pentacles or Pisces to go along with the upside down Hierophant or Taurus, and then the World. And she just wants to know about her love life, right?
Yes, she also agrees that Love Boat was a classic. So I will say, since you're here right now, Jan, is there anything in particular that you are wanting to know? Because we can tell you a lot of vague generalness, but we'd like to fine-tune it to you if we can. But here, let us begin with some vague generalness.
Well, for one thing, even though, Jan, you're a Pisces, your upside-down Pisces is also the frustrated poet. You know, it kind of indicates to me that there's a little bit of a...
is there some tension?
Tension, like you want something. Be careful what you wish for.
You might get it.
You might get it, but you might not get essentially what you're really looking for. The Hierophant probably is one of the best sight gags in this deck here. The artist had a bit of a sense of humor, from what I can tell. I mean, the Hierophant, generally speaking, is a priest anyway. But you see here that the priest in his priestly robes is being serviced by a couple of nice babes there, being very unpriestly like. So
What? No, not a priest. Never a priest. A priest would never behave like that.
So essentially is that with the first card here indicating that there's a bit of a tension and a bit of, shall we say, impatience, the Hierophant card basically goes, well, be careful what you wish for. Your impatience may get you into a relationship that you may regret later.
There is a guy I went on a date with wondering if it's going anywhere. Okay. Be careful what you wish for, apparently.
Well, I mean, I will throw the question out there, Jan, and you do not have to answer if it's too personal because we understand that.
Did you enjoy the date?
Did you enjoy the date, and how physical was this? Because again, it's a very physical card. Now, going to the last card, the World, that is a very, very different perspective because there you've got, and by the way, I should have referenced the fact that this deck is drawn deliberately heterosexually because it's about male and female energy, not actual physical gender. Literally, Jan, you could be anybody in these cards. Case in point, in the first card, you're the guy, So in the last card there, the World, where you see the lady on the bed of flowers being massaged by the gentleman there, that's much more of a, now we're getting to that more give and take aspect versus the Hierophant picture is clearly more of a hookup kind of thing here. So you want to know where it's going to go. I mean, how physical did the first date go? Because the cards are leading off to the fact of this. If you would like to have a relationship with this person, the physical nature is going to happen real fast. And you may or may not actually appreciate how fast that's happening. Actually, that's how that's happening.
Well, that was actually going to be my question of, does she want the physicality to happen that fast? Or were you looking perhaps for other things to grow sooner?
Because I mean, hey, do as thou will, because people hit on
certainly, we're not judging at all.
Absolutely no judgment here. Because there's awful times where a lot of emotional intimacy and love spawns from physical activity first. There's sometimes hookups.
Most of my relationships.
Hey,
yes.
Usually something has to grow for the physicality. Just saying.
Oh my God.
It depends on the person. Some people want the emotional intimacy before the physical part, and that's their story, and they'll stick to it.
Oh no, he's just ignoring you.
Well. Hey, it may not be your cup of tea, but we ain't talking about you.
I don't drink tea. What's this iced?
We're talking about Jan right now.
Jan is awesome.
You heard it from Sound Guy, Jan. You're awesome.
Here, do we want to keep going?
Yes, we're getting way off track here.
Well, also, I meant, do we want to? Since I seem to be really into drawing clarifiers tonight, just for funsies.
Well, because I look at this card as going the physical first, the emotional later. The real question is that, did you really want to have that physical nature initially? So there's the clarifier, the magician.
It's not. It doesn't have to be a performance, darling. In fact, it shouldn't be if we're honest.
Unless there's a camera.
For the love of God, Sound Guy.
He's in rare form tonight.
We've forgotten what he's like since he hasn't been around for a few months.
Could have been teaching.
Surgery for before the end of the year for you, Richard? Surgery for everyone. Surgery all around.
Look what Sam says. Oh, a guy with a big sword.
Anyway.
Maybe he is well endowed. But that's for Jan to know and not necessarily.
But anyway,
share it with us.
I was attempting to.
So she said just kissing on the first date.
Well, that's if that is what you're comfortable with, good for you. But yes, I'm also. Your relationship doesn't have to be a performance. None of the physicality has to be a performance. Have you ever truly been able to fully be yourself in a relationship in a way that sort of didn't have you curating yourself to people? Because I think that's what you want. And I think that's what you deserve to have also. We will miss you, Richard, in Sparta as well. But I will be recovering from my surgery.
Yes, and if I end up having knee surgery, I will be recovering then too.
Won't that be fun? See, Richard's surgery for everyone.
We'll have dueling recoveries. Yes, I got to start my PT tomorrow, and in a few weeks we'll know if I'm having surgery or not. Yay.
So, Jan, from what I'm seeing here right now, a lot can still go in many different directions because, like I said, there's only been a first date. But things look potentially promising if you are wanting them to go in certain directions.
Remember here, the world is your oyster.
Yes.
You know, and again, that's the give and take of the fact of is that, you know, longer term relationship, the fact of she's being massaged one day, the next day she's going to be massaging him. That's how that works. The world's a very much a give and take thing, whether you like it or not.
Got divorced in October and was not a good relationship. So see, now you have the opportunity to create what you should have had.
In which case, maybe this one's referring to the fact of is the ghosts of Christmas past, so to speak, here, is that do not let the damage that was done in a previous relationship poison what might be something coming in the future, which I'll grant you, we're humans. We do that all the time.
We fall into very similar pitfalls all the time because familiarity gets us every time.
Yep.
But you're better than that, and you deserve better than that.
Alrighty. That's what we have for that one. Coming up next is Krista Elder, if you are still here. And then Jasmine, and I know Jasmine's still here because she's been
still here.
I don't know what Jasmine's question was at this point because she's been commenting along here. But yes, if you are still here, Krista, you're up next. And if not, we will move to Jasmine and then we'll move into the wait list.
Yeah, I don't see.
Krista, are you still here? Krista Elder.
I am not seeing her comments.
Well, you know what?
So we got cut off anyway.
What we will do is
let's we do Jasmine.
We'll go do Jasmine right now, and if Krista comes back, we will.
Love deck number 7.
Love. We're going back to the love deck. Sorry.
I really wanted to do love potion number 9, but
how about Love Shack?
Yes.
Love potion number 9.
So, will Edgar be my boyfriend? She's a Libra. Edgar is a Gemini. Cool.
That's Allman Brothers, by the way. People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere. I don't know if you know that one. I was doing the guitar like at the very beginning of the tune. Do you know?
I missed that one.
Do you know the Allman Brothers one? People, can you feel it? Love is everywhere.
I probably would if you played it for me because I know that.
Yeah, it's one of their more popular tunes.
Because I know
they
that
did
you're
over the
a
years.
fan. And everything that you are a fan of, I heard ad nauseum growing up.
It's early Allman Brothers, like okay, anyway.
Hi to some new people that are joining us. So we are very much a first come, first serve sort of thing. We are going to be, this is our 9th of 10 tonight. So our list currently is full. If you would like to sign up for next month, you are more than welcome to. But we only do 10 per night to spare us from having to live stream all night.
Because our first couple of live streams, we were like 4 hours or something like that.
It got a bit much.
So yes, on our wait list we have Ja Lee and then Melanie. So if either of you are still around, because it looks like Krista has flown the coop, so to speak, we will have one more spot available after we do Jasmine.
Melanie is still here. So then, yes, Melanie gets that.
She gets a brand new pair of roller skates. She has the brand new key. Sorry. All right, Jasmine, let's see your cards.
And flip.
And the question is that
Will Edgar, who's Gemini, become her boyfriend, and she is a Libra?
okay, funny that we have Leo here, strength upside down. We have the upside down 10 of Wands. We have the upside down 4 of Wands. Fire, fire, and fire. Lust, sex, gloriness.
I was gonna say, do you guys have that connection already? Are
Yeah,
you wondering if there's going to be like an emotional connection as well as a physical connection, or have we not connected at all yet?
I was gonna say you've got 2 cards here, literally are outdoor sex in different positions here. So, I mean, go for it, I suppose, from that point of view. Actually, the thing is, I also really like this drawing of strength.
Yes, they have that connection already.
Okay. And she's asking whether
And seeking emotional connection now.
yes, I kind of figured that.
Yes.
So, yay you in the old physical department, by the way. But as I was starting to say here, I love the way that the strength card is drawn, because you see here, because strength is for Leo, the lion. And so the lion is basically bringing down the warthog. But here in this deck, the lion is literally drawn as a human female.
Well, also, I'm wondering if that, like, are we talking about how things are going right now, right here, right now, in the season of Leo?
We're getting to the end of Leo.
Yes, but it is still technically Leo.
Well, they were.
Well,
That's true. They were upside down, but it also kind of says that the fact of is that going by the idea of the energy aspect, I see that also as that's her. In the fact of if Jasmine would like to actually take this beyond just a physical relationship, ask for what you wish.
I was going to say, have we communicated about
yes,
that? Yes.
the idea
I'm
is that
not
if you're
seeing that,
right, there's no indications of communication here, and obviously, if you're looking for the idea of is he going to voluntarily bring forth his emotional attachment, so to speak, or commitment, etc. No, that's not here. But the thing is that it doesn't mean that you have to remain silent and just wait for it all the time.
Oh, you haven't been talking. Has something happened? Let me just pull that up there. Right now, you haven't been talking. Perhaps we should get back on the talking train.
Well, that's a definite thing there. Like it's hard to have an emotional relationship if you're not talking to each other.
We've been in no contact for a week.
Yeah. All right.
So there's definitely, sounds like something that the two of you need to be talking about.
Well, since you're in the clarifiers, let's draw a clarifier. Here we have the 10 of Earth. Talk about getting down to brass tacks here.
Indeed.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Oh!
What?
First of all, excellent for putting your foot down on that. Told him I'm not going to be with him intimately unless I know he's going to be stable with me. I feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. The whole point, the 10 of Earth, that's the thing, is not so much actually the picture here, but literally the card and the number. Earth, reality, stability, focus, 10, transition. And yeah, you're not going to play the old fire maid here.
Yeah.
Until more
He knows I want stability. He knows I want commitment, and I'm not going to continue wasting my breath and telling him he knows already.
So, okay.
So basically,
all right. You want your answer? I think she does want her answer.
Go for it.
Hermit. No.
Because that would require him to pull his head out of his ass, and he's not going to.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he likes things the way they are. And if that's not good enough for you, which it clearly isn't, by the way, it's clearly his prerogative to want to have nothing more than a physical relationship with somebody. It's also your prerogative, basically, kind of go, sorry. We've played. Yeah, I'm not playing that. What's the phrase? Well, why buy the cow if you get the milk for free? Nonsense.
Yeah.
She's no longer giving free milk. It's like, okay.
Indeed.
So,
Bye, Adam.
I hate to say it, it's time for you to basically, say just move on. I mean, frankly, I think you already knew that. I think you just wanted clarification from us. Very, very physical relationship. Maybe you got some good stories, some good memories you can share with your friends sometime. But yeah, unfortunately, right now this person doesn't appear to be in the area or be able to provide anything more than he's already providing. He just doesn't want to do it.
I'm just also very proud of you for fully knowing what you are worth and not letting him wear you down.
Right.
Here, I like this. Richard has a nice one. You go, girl, kick him to the curb.
Yep, line up like a field goal kicker. Punt.
This will. What's this one?
Oh no, he's not going to change. He's hoping to wear. He's hoping that if he shows up enough times, you will eventually just give up and take him back.
Because after all, he's so hot, right?
Oh yes, so hot.
He's Fabio. Well, there's a dated reference.
Hey, Jasmine. If it makes you feel better, I just did that with somebody that was in my life for 20 years. It sucks.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be better when you fill your life with better people.
Completely deserved.
Well, there's also the fact is that let's be honest, Jasmine, 5 years, so you've been with them for 5 years, you're a different person now than you were then.
That is very true.
You evolved. I mean, people evolve. Maybe
sometimes we grow in the opposite directions.
Yeah. Unfortunately, free will, it's a bitch. It's a double-edged sword. You can't affect anybody else's free will. Like, no one can affect your free will unless you voluntarily allow someone to do that, which, by the way, we do not recommend.
No.
But we're humans and we do it all the time anyway.
Interfere is no longer free will.
You want something that this person refuses to provide. You're unfortunately, you know exactly what you get with this person. And if that's not good enough, then, if you decide to remain with them long term, you would just get more and more angry. Yep. So why bother?
You're good enough. You are worth it. You are worth being treated properly. If you can't do that, bye-bye.
And then Melanie has her.
Melanie, you're up. You are the final one of the night.
19. Any deck. What do the next few months look like?
All right.
A lot of changes are coming.
We haven't used either of your cards for a while, so
okay. Shall we?
You want to use your dragons as opposed to Swiss 1/1?
Well, in terms of just what the next few months look like in general, I think dragons can do that.
Okay. And what's the number, 19?
Yes. There are apparently a lot of changes coming. Hey, Jasmine, I'm 32. Literally been 30 for like a week. And I hadn't had the best luck either. You'll get there eventually. I did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, shut up, you. It's him in the background.
Yeah, he thinks he's God's gift.
That's what my name means, literally. Gift from God.
So.
All upside down.
What do the next few months look like?
2 of Swords.
Yes, change.
I'm
you
sorry.
were not wrong.
Excuse me. 2 of Coins. Upside down, the Devil. And upside down, King of Cups. So
yes,
we have
change. You were not wrong.
More
There's
Capricorn.
much change coming.
Change is good.
Certainly seems like it in this progression.
I do like the progression because you start with the upside down idea of the little détente here.
We're breaking a contract of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because facing forward, that's the actual forming the contract. So
yes.
In this case, upside down, you're basically
we're breaking.
You're letting something go because you need the devil to help you clear the debris, shall we say?
Yes.
Not that you want to.
No, but the devil is here to help you anyway. Lucky you. And honestly, you are.
And the upside down lone wolf, essentially reminding you that actually you're not going to be as lonely as you might fear yourself to be.
Yeah, no, like that's where I really like the progression, because at the end of the progression there is peace.
Yes.
Wow, that was really straightforward.
That was.
That was incredibly
I was
straightforward.
going to say, sometimes we
I
get,
don't need to clarify that.
we get very convoluted ones like, well, no, that one's like, okay, that was relatively simplistic.
So yes, you have big change coming, but at the end there is peace that you are looking for. Which isn't that what we all want when we're doing big change?
Stability and peace in change.
You bought a house. That is big change. There will be peace.
There'll be pieces too.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, thank you one and all for attending us and watching.
We will not see you in September, but we will see you in October.
Yes, October. Well, obviously, we're not quite sure what, but at that point, you will be recovered. So we hope.
And so hopefully will you.
You want me to just do the readings in September? I can do this. I got this.
Only on April Fools.
I was going to say, you get one reading slot a year and you will like it.
I know we should do it. Let's have Amanda come and take your place next month. It could
that would be
Lord
very fun.
Fafnir and Amanda. Because Amanda's going to be your replacement at Cummington come next week.
That would be very funny. Do you want to like put my hat on her or something?
Sure.
I'd be interested in seeing Lord Fafnir in 20 show too.
That is a good show as well.
Well, I mean, we've done it at a couple of fairs now. So yes, we're going to be, typically is that next week is the Cummington Fair in Cummington, Massachusetts, next Thursday through Sunday. We have been their fortune tellers for that country farm fair for the last, 8 years, something like that?
Oh, yes,
I think.
something close to that.
So yeah, because of your surgery, you're going to miss it.
But he won't.
I will be there, me and my gimpy knee, because I'm going to be going through PT in the process. But I'll be there with Amanda McElhaney, McElhaney, whatever. I always pronounce that. Mick-Mac.
Paddywhack.
Exactly.
Give a dog a bone. So yes, you can still go see him this weekend and Amanda, and she is delightful.
Absolutely.
And you cannot see me because I won't be there. And unfortunately, we will not be going to Sparta this year, but we will be there next year because there will not be surgery in 2025.
Well, there better not be surgery in 2025.
If there's surgery in 2025, it's not planned for.
That's definitely true. So, until then, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.